to be exact. The imparting of this sad financial news was taken as a blow to those seeking to create a park for Moreland community members and especially its youth, who so desperately need a place for the sponsoring and holding of much-needed after-school recreational activities. When we first learned of the significant shortfall, several people offered suggestions about how to erase it, including approaching wineries, distributorships, foundations, endowments, as well as the excellent suggestion, which has been broached intermittently throughout the design process, that perhaps some community members could perform some of the work themselves. Steve Kansian also suggested that community members meet with the county's fundraising coordinator. But the real shocker came when we were asked to participate in an exercise of potential elimination of many of the features which had already been decided upon and included in the final plans which have already been approved. It was at that moment that many of those who had been displaying angry and contorted facial expressions but had somehow managed to remain silent through it all took the opportunity to rise up and say, "No, we're not accepting this." I had the opportunity to visit with two fellow steering committee members down in Moreland yesterday evening, and at that time there was a large crowd of children congregated in front of their driveway. The reason, they were all very concerned about the welfare of a couple of feral cats who were being nursed back to health, in much the same way that Andy Lopez once nursed an injured dog which he found back to health during his lifetime. When I was introduced to some children in that neighborhood, as someone who was helping with the creation of the park, one of those children said, "Park? I didn't think there was going to be a park built there." To which I replied, "Oh yes, there's going to be a park." He and his friend then asked me, "What's it going to have?" And I took the opportunity to rattle off many of its wonderful features, to which they replied, "That sounds like a cool park." They then asked, "Is it going to have a basketball court?" To which I replied, "Yes, and a soccer field." You should have seen the looks in their eyes. Let's not foul this up and fail yet another generation of our Moreland youth who call this area home. Let's demonstrate to them in unmistakably sincere terms that you, their county government leaders, are committed to seeing this park through to fruition so that they will be able to look forward to a brighter, optimistic, and successful future. Resolve to build this park as designed and created by the Moreland community. Summon the necessary political will and resolve to carry it out. Fund the full amount so that the park can be built according to the official plans which you and your Parks Advisory Commission have already unanimously approved. Thank you.
Have jailhouse pay for it.
Mary Morrison, followed by Maria Hallstrom.
Trump of truth, not more Hillary's treason. After the controlled demolitions of the Twin Towers on 9/11 by new 99-year lessee Larry Silverstein and financier Lloyd Goldman, with 2,749 unplanned office workers inside, asbestos dust permeated New York. 70,000 people are dying from mesothelioma. Is the Donald? He watched it. The Port of New York and New Jersey, New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani and New Jersey Governor Chris Christie knew about this time bomb, but keep it quiet to this day. That is treason. They are traitors. Donald Trump, stop hiding mass murder. Obey the law as you say. The law mandates that you inform New Yorkers that 410,000 people could be slowly dying from breathing asbestos dust from top-down controlled demolitions of the asbestos-loaded Twin Towers by World Trade Center lessee Larry Silverstein and financier Lloyd Goldman. They leased towers that they and the city of New York knew were illegal and financial time bomb. They tried to make it appear that 110-story planned empty massive steel towers collapsed in 10 seconds from 41 minutes late collisions by 10 Enron-sponsored Al-Qaeda martyrdom battalion suicide bombers. That desperate Enron builder Ken Lay conned into hijacking domestic airliners that almost collided. Massive 110-story steel towers did not collapse in 10 seconds from fires on 9/11, as FEMA 9/11 attempted white killer George W. Bush, Obama scam, emailer Hillary, Mrs. Taliban, Bush New Clinton Foundation, and 372 other use of the armed forces of the United States as he determines to be necessary. Constitution aborting traitors, and you want we, congressionally betrayed people, to believe. You know they were demolished top down against the law by preset explosives with 2,749 unplanned office workers inside. You claim you witnessed it. You are covering up 2,749 unplanned New York murders by fellow New Yorkers and new 99-year lessees Larry Silverstein and Lloyd Goldman, caused by bad boy Warren Bush. wanting bachelorhood. 25 Enron-sponsored and trained Al-Qaeda Martyrdom Battalion suicide bombers hijacked 6 domestic airliners for desperate Enron builder and super con artist Ken Lay on 9/11, but had nothing to do with these demolitions or unplanned mass murders. 25 sex-starved jihadists were exploited by Ken Lay to cover up controlled demolitions of the planned empty towers and Building 7 with preset explosives, all designed to provide distractions for Lay to surprise attack the White House with 4 goons with on-time hijacked Flight 93. It took off 41 minutes late. Lay organized the attack on the Pentagon.
I have Maria Hallstrom, followed by Roseanne Schneider. Those are the 2 public comment speaker cards on non-agendized matters. We'll take at this point, and the board is going to recess to closed session. At the conclusion of closed session, we'll come back and take.
Yeah, I have a
Thank you,
card.
Mr. Jenkel. Please continue.
What time you coming back?
I don't know. I can give you an estimate, but
She
I
has
can
a card
give,
in.
I can give her. Yeah, it was the last card I got.
Since there's so many few people here, why
Peter?
don't you kindly consider
Peter,
running the
thank
whole
you.
group?
Please continue.
25 Enron-sponsored and trained Al-Qaeda Martyrdom Battalion suicide bombers hijacked 6 domestic airliners for desperate Enron builder and super con artist Ken Lay on 9/11, but had nothing to do with these demolitions or unplanned mass murders. 25 sex-starved jihadists were exploited by Ken Lay to cover up controlled demolitions of the planned empty towers and Building 7 with preset explosives, all designed to provide distractions for Lay to surprise attack the White House with 4 goons on-time hijacked United Flight 93. It took off 41 minutes late. Page 19. Lay organized the attack on the Pentagon with a USAF remote-controlled F-16 and its missile. All of this was designed to get the Enron profitable and get his California's energy bandit partner Willie Brown in the White House. After 2 of the hijacked flights were intercepted by NORAD and forced to land in Canada, Building 7 was demolished, bottomed up as allowed under a City of New York permit, but with no permit. All 3 preset controlled demolitions of empty office buildings were designed to provide distractions for the surprise attack on the West Wing of the White House by 4 of the 25 Ken Lay exploited suicide bombers, painlessly taken out anti-Enron energy czar Dick Cheney and his VP staff from Enron's competitor Halliburton. They were blocking Operation Essential Harvest in Afghanistan, reported by Napa County suicide victim Mike Rupert. Desperate Enron builder Lay sex-starved and insane goons to believe that their target, VP Dick Cheney, was America's top infidel. So all 25 goons could gain paradise and 72 virgins by painlessly taking him out. Had 9/11 gone as Ken Lay planned, his California energy bandit partner and boss, Dem Willie Brown, would have been appointed VP to aid rather than block Czar Cheney and gang were doing. Operation Essential Harvest, page 20, to airlift 65,000 troops into Afghanistan to protect Bechtel's building an entry pipeline in Afghanistan and to control 80% of the world's heroin production.
Thank you, Maria. Again, I'm going to take one more public speaker card. John, if you prefer to defer and speak yourself, you're welcome to. Okay. So that's fair. We'll go with Roseanne Schneider. At that point, we will be recessing to closed session. And again, we'll take any of the additional public speaker cards or public speaker members that wish to address the board on non-agendized matters after the closed session is concluded. Thank you, John. Maria?
Gotta wait till then.
Pardon me, Roseanne.
Good
Gotta wait till
afternoon.
then.
Continuing with John Jenkel's
Don't
document.
make me wait here.
On August 23rd, 2016, you repeatedly told Sean Hannity of Fox News and thousands of Texans that you were going to obey the law about immigration if elected president, and of our congressionally dysfunctional and 19,400 billion-dollar fatally bankrupted union of 128,874 congressionally lynched God-fearing dead Americans. Will you also obey the supreme law of our land against Hoover-instituted drives to add CIA-promoted unconstitutional, undeclared wars of congressional choice, never necessity, against CIA-fabricated enemies, and end 70 years of world terrorism and squander for fascist gain? On September 18, 2002, all 535 members of the 107th Congress, except Representative Barbara Lee from Oakland, California, voted to use all necessary and appropriate force against those nations, organizations, or persons he determines planned, authorized, committed, or aided the terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11, 2001. We 9/11 Truth campaigners in Sonoma County, California, are treason fighters who shouted every opportunity that the person who planned 9/11 was Ken Lay. Are you going to help us and be our next president? Here are the gory details of 9/11 that nobody wants to know. Hiding these documented facts to maintain the lie that Al-Qaeda killed nearly 3,000 Americans on 9/11 is destroying our no longer constitutionally protected or sustainable $19,400 billion congressionally blood-indebted union of states. 1. NORAD's 24/7 on-call F-16 interceptors were ordered by Enron speculator, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld to selectively stand down for 9/11. 2. United Flight 93 took off 41 minutes late from Newark on 9/11, so Warren Buffett could get the hijacked Flight 93 trailed by one of his fat little funny-tailed netjets to ensure it would be shot down by USAF Major.
Thank you, Roseanne. At this point, the board will recess to closed session. We have closed session calendar items 45 through 52. I'm guessing that we may go for about an hour and a half. The earliest we may come back is 2:30, 2:45, maybe at the latest 3 o'clock. So folks who want to do a time check. At this point, we have closed session calendar matters 45 through 52. Any members of the public wish to address the board on the closed session calendar matters?
If the servants aren't abiding by the citizens, then there should be a citizen's arrest.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make that request.
Any members of the
now.
public wishing to address the board on closed session calendar matters?
Well, yeah, I'm feeling away. I want to know if you can postpone the closed session for a little while.
I'm not, Eileen.
There's not
I'm not.
people.
I'm not.
Because
So if you
that's
want
his
to comment on closed
discretion.
session, please do.
He's
It is my
using his discretion.
Exactly, it's my discretion and I'm
Right.
using it.
So
So,
you'll-
hearing no comment on
screw
closed
the
session, the
public
board
for
will
2 hours.
recess and we will
For
come
to
back
save
after
10
closed
minutes,
session.
you're screwing the public for 2 hours.
Chambers
Thank
is
you,
closed.
Board
Chambers is
Chairman.
closed.
You're disrespecting the
Well,
public.
we're still speaking to our representatives.
You're disrespecting
Chambers are
us.
closed.
It's only going to take 10, 15 minutes.
Whose chambers
That's all.
are these? Is this the people's chambers or their chambers?
People.